Hey, good morning. Well, I posted a video of trying to have coffee at my daughter's house this morning. Went over bright and early about, I don't know, 6:30 or something. And it was kind of pandemonium. I mean, with 4 kids under the age of 7. So anyway, I thought now that I'm back home, I'll make a peaceful cup of coffee. So, you know, I've got my Nespresso Vertuo up and running again. Oh, by the way, it's Saturday, August 27th, 2022, on the East Coast of the United States, almost 9:30 a.m. So, all right, here, let me try to do this with some order. Okay, so, you know, the Nespresso Vertuo machine makes anything from an espresso to a 14-ounce cup of coffee. So I thought I saw in here, let me see. Aha, okay. I've got, okay. This is Il Cafe. You can see this is a tiny capsule compared to, okay, this makes 5 ounces. This makes 1.35 ounces. And, okay, in comparison, see, can I hold all 3? Okay, this one makes 8 ounces. Oh, wait, I've got them in the wrong order here. All right, so 8 ounces, 5 ounces, and 1.35 ounces. I don't have any of the 14-ounce ones, but as you can imagine, they're a lot bigger than the 8-ounce. Okay, so this is an espresso. This makes the same amount of coffee as one of these makes from my original line machine. Okay, let me push this back in here. Alrighty, so here's my Nespresso Vertuo that I'm going to use this morning. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and put some milk in because I do like, I just like coffee with milk. That's a lot of milk. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and warm it in the microwave because I'm only gonna be putting like, let's see, time cook, we'll do 22 seconds. I'm only gonna be putting 1.35 ounces of espresso in there, so I need to have the milk warm. You know, obviously if I was making like a 5 or an 8-ounce cup, or definitely a 14-ounce cup, that would heat the milk up. But just like this, it needs to be hot, or else I'm gonna end up with a tepid, latte, cappuccino, whatever you wanna call it, milky coffee. Okay, so there's that. So I open it. And I've got my machine on a plastic cutting board so I can slide it in and out. Normally, I mean, it's got those rubbery things on the bottom so that it won't slide around on your counter, but I like to be able to slide it in and out. Okay, so here we go. Oh, it's heating up. Okay. Still heating. Okay. You know, something that I have not done is I have not checked to see if this is still calibrated properly. It looks to me like it's putting in more than 1.35 ounces. Oh my gosh, I'm sure it definitely is. I'll have to check that because I noticed that because I had this shut down for 5-6 weeks because I was overseas, and then I revved it back up again. Well, I noticed when I did that with my Pixie, this is the Pixie that runs those little capsules, the original line capsules. I had to make sure that it was still calibrated properly and possibly return it to the original factory settings. So anyhow, here's this lovely espresso. I need to give it a stir. Hang on, let me get a spoon here. Okay, so pretty. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that the original line machine makes a cup in about 10 seconds. This took longer. Okay, now it could be my imagination, but to me, the coffees that I make on my Vertuo are somehow more acidy. They don't have as good a flavor as the ones on my original line. But I was just talking to my son-in-law. My daughter makes coffee with her AeroPress, or sometimes she uses a pour-over, or she has several different methods of making coffee. But my son-in-law, he teaches school. He is usually in a hurry in the morning because he'll go and work out, come home, help get the kids ready, drop them at school, and then he has to go to school to teach at a different school. And his interest is having a decent cup of coffee that's quick. So he uses an Nespresso Vertuo. He loves it. And for a long time, I used my Vertuo and really, really enjoyed it. But then when I tried the Pixie, I found that I preferred that coffee, okay? Now, there are some people who prefer one over the other, just like there are some people that prefer their Keurig or their Mr. Coffee drip coffee machine, for that matter. There are some people that use those things that look like tea bags and make their coffee like that. Everybody has different tastes. Golly, I used to like this. Maybe I'll put a little sweetener in it and see how that does. Let's see. Oh, here. I have some Equal here. I'll try that. Yeah, I've got Sweet and Low, pink. I've got Splenda, yellow. I've got the blue, Equal. I'm not going to put the whole thing in. I'm just going to put just a few little sprinkles in, because I don't want to be having, you know, what would you call it, equal punch or something. I don't want it to just totally taste sweet and cover over the coffee flavor. This tastes better to me. So, yeah, you know, the Vertuo makes espresso also. And if you don't have an original line machine and you've got a Vertuo, well, hey, that's great. If you're happy with it, wonderful. Me, I have both machines. Now, did I buy the original line? No. A wonderful person sent it to me as a gift. It was used. They got it used, and then they were getting a Creatista, I believe, Creatista, the real expensive, fancy dancy Nespresso machine. So they were so kind as to send me their old Pixie original line machine. I fell in love. So, you know, sometimes we try something and we say, oh, this is what I like. And that's what happened to me. But, yeah, I've still got the Nespresso Vertuo. And you know what? I'm trying to sell it, but if nobody buys it, I'll still use it. I have coffees that I like. For example, the pumpkin spice cake and the chocolate fudge, and there are some other ones, and I'll use it. But one of the big differences for me, and this may not make a difference to you, where each one of us had different situations. In a cup of a coffee from the Nespresso Vertuo, I'm getting between probably 125 and 200 milligrams of caffeine. In a cup from the Pixie, my original line, I'm getting maybe between 50 and 100 milligrams of caffeine. Some of them have maybe 120, 140 milligrams of caffeine, but only maybe a couple of them. Most of the rest of them have an average of 70. So I can have 2 or 3 cups from the Pixie, whereas maybe 1 cup from the Vertuo. And I do like to have 2 cups in the morning, and I like sometimes 2 different kinds of coffee. So anyway, to each his own, and to each her own, okay? To each their own, to be politically correct. Okay, if it makes a difference to you. So I hope that you have a good coffee experience today, and I hope that you have a good day. Remember, a lot of it depends on your attitude.